Hello everyone, this is Aritrika Kohli of class 12 from Daffodil's house. In December 2019, the 2019 novel coronavirus COVID caused by novel severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 emerged in China, followed by a rapid spread all over the world. At the moment, many countries have taken measures to slow down the spread of SARS, that is SARS-CoV-2, the virus that caused COVID-19. On March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization raised its pandemic alert. According to official reports, the largest number of confirmed cases are in the US, Italy, Spain, and France. However, even the countries that the new COVID cases virus hit less aggressively are still under considerable strain. As many as 213 countries and territories have registered COVID 19 cases, and the entire world is buzzing with uncertainty and caution. How long will the pandemic last? What will people's lives look like once the pandemic is over? The impact of coronavirus pandemic on India has been largely disruptive in terms of economic activity as well as a loss of human lives. The government of India announced a variety of measures to tackle the situation, from food security and extra funds for healthcare and for the states to sector related incentives and tax deadline extension. On 26 March, a large number of economic relief measures for the poor were announced. The complete lockdown across the country slowed down the demand of transport fuels as auto and industrial manufacturing declined. A total of 1.725 billion students globally had been affected by the closure of schools and higher education institutions in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. However, there are challenges to overcome. Some students without reliable internet access technology struggle to participate in digital learning. This gap is seen across countries and between income brackets within the country. Here is a bar graph which shows that the number of students affected by the closure of schools, and the pie chart shows the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on staff development and training. Over 4 million young Indians have lost jobs due to COVID-19 impact. Unemployment turns out to be the second biggest concern around the world. Youth unemployment rates in the region increased sharply in the first quarter of 2020 from the last quarter of 2019. Stay home, stay safe. Most healthcare professionals and the general public that we surveyed were well informed about SARS-CoV-2 and have been taking adequate measures in preventing the spread of the same. There is a high trust of the public in the government. Prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hands often, use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Maintain a safe distance from anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Wear a mask when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention. Vaccine was launched on 16 January 2021. The first group includes healthcare and frontline workers. The second group to receive COVID-19 vaccine are persons over 60 years of age as of January 1, 2022, and persons between 45 and 59 years with comorbid conditions. So let's get vaccinated. Stay safe. Thank you.
a city of more than 11 million people, living their worst nightmare. Under siege by a new wave of the coronavirus, it's a capital where people are carrying their loved ones to hospitals, crematoriums, and graveyards. On every road and almost every hour, dozens of ambulances make their way to the city's biggest hospitals. But in most cases, only to be disappointed.
COVID-19 pandemic has just shaken our lifestyles, our habitat, our health. Worldwide death rate has increased, economic growth has decreased, annual GDP rates has huge differences. Doctors all over the world are risking their lives in order to save lives. The pandemic had started last year, that is in 2020, in the end of February. On the evening of 24th March 2020, the Government of India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ordered a nationwide lockdown for 21 days, limiting movement of the entire 1.38 billion population of India as a preventive measure against the COVID-19 pandemic in India. A huge impact has been seen on the education system during this pandemic time. All schools and colleges were shut, students had to study online, due to which students who does not have access into modern techniques were unable to attend classes. Extra pressure had built inside students' head as they were new to such things. After a year-long hustle with studies, in order to control the pandemic and keeping in mind the well-being of the students, the Central Board of Education and Indian Certificate of Secondary Education had called off their board examinations for Class 10 and postponed Class 12 examinations. The country is at a very risking stage with death rates increasing day by day from thousands to lakhs to 10 lakhs. Insufficient amount of oxygen, almost no vacancy in every hospital. Everywhere there is just grief and sadness. People are losing their dear ones. Newborn Newborn babies are dying before they could even explore this planet. With all these things happening around us, all we need to do as a nation is help each other in every possible way and overcome this pandemic as a country. Therefore, in the next slide, I would like to present a video stating the precautions we can take as an individual to fight this pandemic.
What can you do to take precautions? Plenty. Do's. Avoid close contact with those who are sick. Feeling sick? Stay at home. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Quarantine those who are sick. This is the only way to prevent others from falling ill. Regularly clean doorknobs, handles, light switches, tables and countertops with soap and water. Use a screen cleaner for your phones and laptops. Use soap, water and wash your hands for 20 seconds. When? First, after going to the loo, you'd be shocked at how many don't. Second, before eating anything. Third, after blowing your nose or coughing and sneezing. Use a sanitizer that has at least 60% alcohol.
This period is extremely saddening as it is a global pandemic, but as citizens, it is our duty to fight together. All we need to do are just some simple things. Staying and isolating at home will not only benefit oneself but also others. It's just a phase and this too shall surpass. As a nation, we should stay strong. On the behalf of Bodhi Bhavan's Collegiate School, I pray for all those souls that has left us and all those families whose loved ones are gone, and lastly sending utmost strength and power to the frontline warriors. Stay safe, stay healthy.